Hi, welcome back. It's already 9, times really fly. Okay, so we're coming to our last session for writing. Okay, and then tomorrow we will be doing speaking. It's another productive skill where you need to be able to speak, use your voice and say something uh, compared to writing where it's just in written form and you will have someone to read, someone who else who will read. So for speaking tomorrow, we'll start again at 3. We will look at part 1 and then at 5 we'll look at part 2. So tomorrow we only have 8 o'clock for part 3. And I will try my best to help you on how you can best get the marks you need for your speaking. All right. Hi, Suana. All right, let's continue with our writing part 3. Okay, so I'm doing a little bit different because you already know the tapirla, okay, and you already know the second strategy of writing answers. So I'm not going to do the second strategy here. I think you know how to apply it. We can just discuss it verbally if you want it. Okay, so usually in part 3, you will have 3 questions. So I'm going to just put the 3 questions here. Let's look at question 3 first. You write your answer in 200 and 250 words in an appropriate style in the space provided because it's a writing paper and therefore you would have. Hi, Oppo. Nice name. It's a phone name. So you see this notice in the health magazine, articles wanted how to stay fit and healthy. I think this appeared also for Selangor SPMC, about staying fit and healthy, what types of food are good for us, how should we keep active, how much sleep should we get. Write us an article answering this question and the best article will be displayed in our health magazine. So write your article. And then you have question 4. You recently saw this notice in a food magazine. Hi, Cheng. Everyone loves Western food. What is the best? Send us your review. Why you think it is the best? Would you recommend it? Why? And the best review will be published in our magazine. So write your review. I feel that a lot of candidates love to write review, but review is not that easy to write. Okay, now you have question 5. Your teacher has asked you to write a story for the school magazine. The story must have the title An Act of Kindness. So in your story, you must describe the act of kindness, what happened in the end, lessons learned from that act. A lot of candidates also love to write stories, but many of the stories that you have written sounds more like a descriptive essay than a narrative. You must be very careful when you write narrative so that it does not sound like a descriptive essay, but it is an essay. It is a story. All right, because it is not just a title that has been given like an act of kindness and you just can write anything. You have to remember that you have a few information that you must have in your story, and it's not that easy when information has been given to you like this, and you must ensure that it is in your story. Okay, right. Let's look at strategy 1 for those who has the proficiency. All right. So you already know the step. Read the instruction, which we all did just now. Read the stimulus. We read all the 3. And then we underline the keywords. You need to underline keywords on the essay that you want, on the text that you want to do. All right. And then you answer the 7 question, tapirla. And then you write your article, your review, your story, or your report. And then you read, not only your review, I have to add here, this is wrong. Read your article, review, story, or report to check that you have answered the 7 questions, and then edit if you have time. All right. Now let's look at, for those who need some help, I think you know what you need to do, you read the instruction, you read the stimulus, you underline the keywords, and then you answer the question in the task so that you know what you need to write by answering every point. So you write your essay, whether it's a review, a report, a story, or an article based on every point in the task. Write your review article or whatever you need to write by adding in your intro, your linkers, and your conclusion, and then check your punctuation. Okay, it's the same thing. Please write, even though you feel that you are not good enough, please write. You will get some marks, especially content marks. You will get, all right? Now let's look at question 3. Read the instructions and stimulus. So write your answer in 200, 250 words. You have this. Can you please share with me what would the keywords you underline besides these 3 information? I know you will say these 3 information that you would underline. What other information in this article that you would underline? Anybody? All right. How to stay fit and healthy. Okay. Thank you. Health magazine. All right. Thank you. Any more? It's already night. I thought a lot of active people at night. Not active or sleepy. Article. Okay. You have Yi Ting saying how to stay fit, healthy magazine. Okay, let's look at what I have. All right. Okay, so I have only that 3, but you are right. You should have more than that 3. You should have. Some guy was showing me something and then he retracted, but it's still shown here. Trophy yellow smiling. Okay, so you have what types of food you have, need to make sure you have how to stay fit and healthy, because this can be your title. All right, so you might want to underline more than these 3. So you are all correct, those that have shared with me. Okay. So now I've done different. Instead of asking what is T, so this is how, when you are doing it in your exam, you'll be thinking like, okay, tapirla is such a good formula. I have no time to write down tapirla. So this is what you do. All right, so you have T, which is text type. It is an article that you need to write, right? Article. A, audience. Who would your audience be? Anybody? All right, so write as an article. This is also all right, good. Now, what would your A be? Which one would your A be? Who would be the audience of your article? Who do you think would be the audience? You need to know who's going to be the reader of your article. Who would it be? Who would be? Every people. Every people. I mean, sorry. You are writing for a newspaper, magazine, newsletter. All right. Readers. But what kind of readers? Public. The magazine. All right. This is a better answer. The magazine reader. Yes, Shatish. Readers of a health magazine. Very good. Thank you, Sri Rahayu. Everyone who reads the magazine. Yes. So you would have, that's how I write. A, readers. Readers of the health magazine. Okay. So you got P. What is the purpose of writing this article. All right. You cannot have students because students may not be the only reader of the health magazine. It can be readers. The readers can be anybody, all right, who would be maybe subscribing to the health magazine. Okay, Siti, Anissa, I hope I have helped you clarify that. If the school magazine, yes, maybe students, right? But this is a health magazine, so it's beyond student. So purpose, what is the purpose of writing this article? To inform the readers, okay. That is Sri Rahayu. Everyone else quiet. When you are quiet means you're wondering what is the purpose. All right. That is okay. I got another one. Joey saying to teach public how to stay fit and healthy. Joey, we try not to teach public how to stay. We try not to teach the public. Okay. We do not want to teach the public anything. All right. We might want to share something with the public, but I don't think we want to teach. We want to inform the public something. Yes. All right. Some guys say to write an article. That is the purpose. You have to write. No, that's not a purpose. You have to write an article. You have no choice. Okay. Sati say the readers can know how to stay fit and healthy. Okay. Let's look at what I've answered. Yes, that's all. You want to discuss how to stay fit and healthy. So you all got it actually. I like Eating's answer, which is to inform the readers of the ways to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Good. All right. Okay, Satish answer also good. Okay, thank you so much. Right. So you have that. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Right. So let's continue. Right about how to stay healthy. Meka guy. Okay. Right. So you already discussed how to stay fit and healthy. And then this would be your information. What types of food are good for us? How should we keep active? How much sleep should we get? So there you already got TAPI, now the R. Okay. So the R, there would be, what would be the register for you to write an article for a health magazine? All right. Some guys say formal. Really formal? When you want to write an article for a magazine, and it's the readers of the magazine who's going to read it, right? Are we going to write formal? I'm sure people get bored when we write formal, right? Huh. All right. Yes. So it would be informal. Sorry. It's not informal. Semi-formal. I'm wrong. Huh? It is semi-formal. Semi-formal. I am wrong. This is wrong. It should be semi-formal. All right. It should be semi-formal. Where am I? Okay. It should be semi-formal. It's not informal. It is semi-formal. Okay. Semi-formal. Right. Semi-formal. Sorry for the mistakes. Okay. Nampak sangat dah penat kan? So it is semi-formal, right? Semi-formal. Okay. Okay, semi-formal. And then you will have linkers. These are the linkers that you should use in your article, and it should be at least 5 paragraphs. Okay, so I have furthermore, my spelling of furthermore, so my R is there. Yeah, furthermore, moreover, therefore, however, in addition, nevertheless, despite of, in spite of, and many more that you can use. Okay, and then your accuracy. This is what I've written here. Check spelling and punctuation. Use a different sentence structure. Use different sentence structures and words and vocabulary. Okay, no there. Okay, so once you have done that, okay, you need to write your article, check if you have answered correctly, and edit. Okay, so I have come up with a plan, a draft on how you can write this. Okay, whether you are going to use strategy 1 or strategy 2, you can do the same thing. Okay, so this is a suggested plan. So in your paragraph 1, which will be your introduction, you give a general statement about keeping fit and healthy, reasons it is important to keep healthy. Don't forget, add cohesive devices in your paragraph. In paragraph 2, which will be your first point on the type of food, okay, because you already done, and then you have to talk about the types of food that are good for you, right? So types of food that are good. So it can be a balanced diet, give examples. So here you might want to use the words like protein, carbohydrates, fiber. You know, if you are science students, you know all these different names of how to say food that you should take. All right. Suku-suku, what I don't know what in Bahasa Melayu, the suku-suku separuh or whatever that you have. You can use that. Eating in moderation. Why? Even though you say eating protein is important, but it should be eaten in moderation. Give a reason. Give reasons why it should be eaten all in moderation and not overeat one food more than the other. Okay. And then maybe you want to talk about drinking 8 glasses of water and you provide elaboration. Don't forget, add cohesive devices when you are discussing your first point. Then you go to paragraph 3, your second point. How do you keep active? How should we keep active, right? So what are the ways do you keep active? All right, maybe you set aside 30 minutes to exercise at least 4 times a week or 4 days a week, and then elaborate with supporting details and examples and add cohesive devices. All right, so how to keep besides exercising 4 days in a week, what other ways can you keep active? All right, maybe you would get involved with hiking, you will get involved with people going for a jog every Sunday. Okay, so that is what you can put in paragraph 3 for your second point. For your third point, how much sleep should we get? Then you have to talk about the importance of getting sufficient sleep, maybe 8 hours a night of sleeping is sufficient. And not only sufficient sleep, it should be a quality of sleep. Meaning you get to sleep soundly without any disturbance for the 8 hours. So add cohesive devices when you are talking about the third point. And then your last paragraph, your conclusion, always remember to restate your 3 points to emphasize the importance of keeping fit and healthy, and then end with the concluding statement. All right, for instance, you will say that these 3 points or these 3 important elements on the type of food to eat, how to keep healthy, and having enough or sufficient sleeps are important aspects in keeping fit and healthy. You just have to state that in your conclusion and say that even though it is not an easy task to maintain health and to upkeep a healthy lifestyle. It is an important element in our life in order for us to always have health in our life. I'm giving an example out of my head, okay? I didn't write anything. So these are what you can write in your article. Don't forget, in an article, you must have the title because you are writing for a magazine. So you need to have a title. If you forget your title, it will affect your communicative achievement marks because that comes under genre. Okay, so make sure you have the title. The title, you can use the title here. How to stay fit and healthy, also fine. It doesn't matter because articles wanted how to stay fit and healthy. Yes, can. Or you can have the title ways to stay healthy, fit and healthy. All right. Staying fit and healthy is another title. Anything to do with what you are going to write. Okay, and in the article is interesting if you can start with a question because question will always attract. Have you ever tried keeping fit and healthy, or have you ever tried keeping fit but you always fail to do so? Well, you have come to the right place, or you've come to a right place where I will share with you some of the key information on how you can maintain a healthy lifestyle. So if you start with an introduction like that, especially for a magazine, people will get interested to read. Okay. Any questions on article before I continue to the next one? Silent is golden. No. All right, if not, we'll continue. Best Western restaurant. Okay, we'll go to question 4. If you don't have question, stop calling me Professor JJXDG. I'm not a professor. Okay, all right. Anyway, best Western restaurant. Writing a review. I know all of you like to write a review. Okay, I don't know if a review is coming out to this year because in 2022 SPM there was no review, it was a report. So I don't know whether a review is coming back or they will not have a review again, and I don't know. We don't know. Okay, I'm not the one who set the question, but be prepared. Okay, review. What you are reading the instruction. Write your essay, answer in 200, 250 words, appropriate style. You recently saw this notice in a food magazine. Best Western restaurant. Everyone loves Western food. Which is the best? Send us your review. Yes, correct. Title is compulsory. Definitely it is. Title is very, very important. You have to have a title. Okay, so what would be the keywords? Because here they have no bullet to tell you what is important information, but can you tell me what would be the keywords that you would underline for this question? Western. Okay, I've suddenly everything. Okay, now I don't know. I cannot read your name. I'm sorry. Beautiful name in Chinese, in Mandarin character, which is the best. All right. Okay, I'm going to call you cutie because you have very cute profile picture. I don't know what the profile picture is anyway. Western, Norel. Okay. Some guy, Western food. Why Wood magazine? Okay, Jihan says why you think it is the best. It's okay, cutie. It's okay. You can just let me know your name, your short name. Call you what if you want. If not, I just call you cutie. All right. Okay, I like Eating. Eating says food magazine. Which Western food is the best? Why you think is the best? Would you recommend it? Why? I love Eating. Eating, excellent Eating. And then you have Naila saying why you think is the best. Okay. Ahmad Shah says it is which the best. Okay, a best restaurant. All right. Welcome back, Hazmi. Food magazines, best Western restaurant, which is the best? Why you think? Would you? Yeah, very good. Hazmi, we'd love to know whether I've answered your question from the last session. All right, and then you have Nisa saying Western food, which is the best. Why do you think it's the best? Would you recommend it? Why? Magazine. Okay. Eating so happy. You're welcome, Eating. All right. Okay. Let's look. Cutie doesn't want to tell me even the short name. I don't know whether Cutie is a boy or a girl. Okay, let's look what I have done. Oh, suddenly tiba-tiba R keluar situ. Okay, so you got best Western restaurant, which is the best. Why you think is the best? Would you recommend it? Why? Okay, you might also want to highlight food magazine and highlight review because you will have to go and write a review. Okay, now for T, what type of text must you write? It's a review. Okay, that's how you do in your exam. Just circle put T, circle put A, circle put P. All right, okay, and then food magazine would be okay. It's okay, Hasmi. I knew you would have left the live because you usually answer me, so it's no problem. I just wanted to make sure I answered your question. All right. So again, it is food magazine. Earlier, it was a health magazine. So food magazine, the readers would be the audience would be the readers for the food magazine. Oh, okay. All right, cutie. So it's apt that I call you cutie. I'm a girl and my name is Sue, teacher. Okay. Hi, Sue. Welcome. All right. So usually when you know that the you're going to write a review for a food magazine, it is always semi-formal. That is why you notice that my audience, when I have even the earlier one, who your audience is would determine your register. If your audience is your teacher, your register is formal. If your audience is your principal, if you write a report for the school, your register will be formal. If you are writing for your friend who is the audience, who's going to read, the register will be informal. Hi, Varsha. Welcome, Varsha. It's okay. You can watch the replay. Okay, this would be the purpose. Always remember, review. The purpose is to give your personal opinion and your feedback. Just like any other things that you review in life, especially the famous thing that people review would be movie review. Just give an example of a movie review. Saw. Now there is a movie called Saw 11. I saw it when I was very young. Saw, I think all of you know what is Saw. It's a very horrible movie for me. All right. So if I watch Saw 11, which I will never watch, okay, my students will know why I never watch, but I won't share with you why I will never watch because I will say things that I shouldn't say on live. So if I watch Saw 11 and another person who loves that kind of genre watch Saw 11, both our review would be different. I might write my opinion and my feedback might be more negative than someone who loves that kind of movie, and that person might write in a more favorable opinion and feedback. So always remember, a review is a very personal thing and it is different from one another. So it's okay if you give a negative feedback or negative opinion. Oh, Nessa, fantastic. Nessa has put everything in for us. All right, thank you. Srira, you. Yes. Uh, if you are born in the 1970s like I am, you know that the movie has started way young, way long before. Until now, it's still going on. They saw 11. I am shocked that the movie is still going on. All right. Anyway, coming back to what we are discussing here, just remember it's a personal opinion, so don't feel that just because you might have written a negative review, oh, my marks is going to disappear. No, we are looking at your language more on your personal choice of whether you like something or not. It's how you express yourself. All right. So it can be a negative opinion and negative feedback, but remember the title of this review is Best Western Restaurant. So you cannot give a negative review, then it wouldn't be the best Western restaurant. If they just ask you to review a restaurant without saying that it is the best, then yes, you can provide any opinion and feedback that you think is suitable for that restaurant. But for this purpose, you cannot say anything negative, because if you look at the information that you need to put, you have to see that it says which is the best. So you need to talk about the best Western restaurant. Why you think it is the best? Would you recommend it and why? All right. Okay. So you already got your tapir, TAPINR. Okay. So your linkers would be the same. All right. 5 paragraphs, and also use different, here, use different sentence structures and words. Okay. Ahmad says, if it says best, you just have to give, yeah, correct, Ahmad. If it says best, you just have to give the good review, because you are telling out of maybe 20 restaurants, the best one is restaurant A. So you need to give only the best one. Correct, Ahmad. You are absolutely right. Okay. So once you have done this, you already know. Okay, I think when I show you how you do this, right, by showing TAPIRLA, I think it helps you more on how you, when you look at the question, what you can do, correct? Instead of just now when I put it at the side and say, what should I write? Who is the audience? I think you felt that, wow, so much to do when I have to prepare to write. Am I right? Okay, so while I wait for your answers, let's look at this. Steps 5 to 7. You need to write your article and check if you have answered correctly and then edit. So you will have now to write. Would you like to share with me some suggestions on how you would, what would you say in your introduction? Anybody wants to share with me? Don't write an introduction. Just tell me what you would say in your intro. Because don't forget, minimum 5 paragraphs. So you need to have something in your intro. Yeah, I know. Cucuk. James, cucuk James. James, kenapa nama cucuk ni? Okay. All right. James, I know, because you know why? Even though I'm doing live, I'm handling everything myself. I also have my phone on, so I can see, I can understand what you are talking about. I can see that it is blur. All right. And I also have it on my laptop. My YouTube is also on, even though it's silent. I can see all that. So it's clearer on laptop than it is on mobile. That one I can tell you. All right. So Cucu, I think maybe you do not have. I don't know why I suka panggil Cucu pula. I You might not have a laptop, but if you can watch the replay later, all right, you need to change the setting. I have changed my setting. I don't know how to change. I need to ask my kids later how to change the setting, because for me, it still looks blur from my mobile phone, but not on my YouTube. So I have 3 things going on. I'm controlling this thing that I'm doing here on StreamYard. I'm also looking at the YouTube on my laptop and also YouTube on my phone. Okay. All right. So maybe you change the settings. Some guy is good at telling people how to change setting, I do not know how yet. Okay, thank you. Sri Rahayu, Tapela helps organize the essay and checks if we have all the information needed. Correct. Okay. This formula that I've come up with started from 2019. I slowly build up. I had only TAP. I think I only had TAP. It started with TAP only, and then it evolved into Tapirla. Okay, and then all right, Suhana says the name of the restaurant and location. Yes, Suhana, maybe you want to start with that. And I like what Ahmad said last weekend. I went. Okay, that's good. And then Ariba says a food restaurant. So some guy is saying that if you have problem, go to settings, click quality, change resolution. Okay, go to settings, set quality, and then what quality should I choose? Oh, so I don't know. Okay, all right. So you have that. Oh, okay. All right. So go to quality, go to advanced, choose the highest resolution. Oh, okay. Oh, yes. It became clear. Thank you so much, some guy. True, I've changed my setting on my mobile phone by going to quality advanced setting and it's done. Right. Thank you so much. So it's very, very clear now on my mobile phone. Chucho, I hope you got the answer. If you're on mobile, go to your setting and then change it. All right. Okay. And then you replay. Okay. But anyway, you can do it, Chucho. No problem. I would say my favorite food is, and this, okay. Now, JJTX, would you just start your introduction by saying, I would say my favorite food, my favorite is this, and this food is best because that, do you think it would be an effective introduction? Something for you to think about. It's always high quality. It's always high quality. You need to choose 720p. Chuchu. All right. So location, environment, maybe yes, you want to talk about the location, the environment. Okay, Nisa has shared. Western food had been popularized ever since the social media without the S advertised the amazing delicacies it offers. Wow, good. All right. Not had. Western food cannot be had. Had means it has happened. It's no longer true now. Okay. All right. Western food has been popularized ever since social media advertised the amazing delicacy it offers. Okay. All right. I don't know what's 4K resolution. Okay. All right. Any more? Depth. All right. Okay. Let's look at QT. Are you a Western food lover? Well, then you will love this review about the best Western restaurant around Malaysia. Good. You are attracting a reader. Are you a Western food lover? Well, then you will love this review about the best Western restaurant found, not around, best restaurant found in Malaysia, or a Western restaurant found in, you can give a definite place, found in a secluded town in Perak. Then people are like, wow, there's a secluded town in Perak that has a Western food. Where it is, okay? So you will make it more, you make it more precise, so we know exactly where it is. All right, QT. Oh, is that type? Okay, the place, the atmosphere, the type of food. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, let's look at what I have shared. All right. So suggestion is a suggestion. It's not the only way to write. So you can give general statement on restaurants or Western food to discuss the statement. You know the statement in the question, it says that everyone loves Western food. For your information, I don't. So anyway, you can discuss the statement. Everyone loves Western food. And then I'm very happy Cutie did ask questions to attract readers' attention or to engage readers. So don't forget to add cohesive devices. Naila has written, if you love to food hunt, not food hunting, if you love food hunt, if you love food hunting without to, if you love to food hunt without ing. Got it, Naila? If you love to food hunt like me and wondering which restaurants to go next, I might have the best place for you. Interesting. Good, Naila. All right. Okay. Yes, exactly, Nessa. You are very true. Sometimes you have to imagine as though you're talking to someone, and then you will be able to, right? You'll be able to know what would um, grab attention of the reader. Okay, good. All right, so if you share with me, I'll be able to help you out on what's the best way to get this done. Huh? All right, now then you go into paragraph 2, which will be your first point about which is the best, right? This one, which is the best. So the best Western restaurant you have been. You give the location and the name of the restaurant, and maybe you also want to talk about and discuss the number of people that frequents the restaurant. The need do you need to call to reserve a table, or you can just walk in? These are things that you need you might need to have in your first point, and then you add some cohesive devices. Just giving the name of the restaurant and the location isn't sufficient. You need to give the a few other things, like when you went there was a lot of people, and you are wondering. It makes you feel curious to know what is so special about this restaurant, and you found out that you can't just walk in because you were turned away, and therefore you made a reservation the next day, and that's when you found the jewel in the gem. All right, so you have that, and then you go into paragraph 3, which is the second point, which would say why you think it is the best. Jewel in the crown, actually. Yeah, not jewel in the gem, jewel in the crown. So you got the second point. It is the best due to many factors or aspects. You can use factors, you can use aspects, you can use any other words, and you elaborate it with supporting details and examples. You can talk about the menu, the staff, yep, the ambience, the service, the taste. Okay, add cohesive devices. Right, so you talk about any of the aspects you want to talk. You don't have to talk about all. Maybe you want to talk about the variety in the menu, or do you want to talk about the staff who is so friendly, and then maybe the staff put on a show before they present the food to you. They have a food presentation. Maybe, I don't know, I'm coming up with weird ideas in my head. And then you might talk about the ambience. Ambience is the feeling when you go into the restaurant, maybe the way they have music, the lights, the what they have on the walls, what kind of feeling it gives you. All right. And then paragraph 4, which is your third point, whether you would recommend the restaurant to anyone, and definitely if it's the best, you would say yes, you would recommend it to people who maybe they like certain food, and give reasons why. So you need to state precisely who would you would recommend to, and provide reasons to support your recommendation. And then paragraph 5, restate the 3 points to emphasize your opinion and feedback on the restaurant, and end with a concluding statement. All this, you realize that I always say add cohesive devices. You need to add cohesive devices whatever you write, so that it shows the flow of your review. Okay? Right. Any questions before we continue with the last one, which is part 3? Before I continue with part 3, this is my advice to all students here who's listening. Your textbook, please don't put your textbook aside. Look at the download textbook at all, whether it is reading, whether it is speaking, whether it is writing. Look at the information or all the help given in all the writing parts. You know, in download textbook, there is a chapter on how to write good introduction. And then the next chapter writes how to write a good conclusion. And then you have a chapter on how to write stories. Please read all this because it is full of information that helps you to produce very good and effective text, whether it's email, essay, a review, story, and so on. All right. Yes, correct, Sri Rahayu. I forgot about that. You need to have a title for your review because you are writing it for a magazine. So you need to have a title, which I forgot to say this. You need to have a title. Thank you, Sri Rahayu. All right. It is compulsory. Definitely. That contributes to the communicative achievement marks. Please have a title because you can't submit a review to a magazine without having a title. Okay? All right? Okay. So please look at your download textbook, and I would recommend if you have students who are in Form 4 and they're still having their full blast textbook, please use that too. Please use that too. Even the full blast textbook, when it comes to writing, there's a lot of information and words. Okay? All right. Now, let's go on to the last one. This one is a story on an act of kindness. Your teacher has asked you to write. The story must have the title and done. Okay, Nessa has some suggestion. You can also get a better understanding by watching YouTube videos on vacation reviews, articles. Yeah, you can. You can do that. You can. There's a lot on YouTube, a lot on you can Google search a lot of things. You are very lucky compared to our time, my time. I don't know when the others were born, but during my time, it's only books and all is quite outdated, and we do not get information at our fingertips like we do now. So you can make use of all the suggestion given, because I know these are all teachers who are giving you suggestions. So please pay heed to all these suggestions that will help you. Okay. All right. Now, what is important in this story? I know you all love to write stories. If you like to write stories, if story is your favorite genre, please just type yes. I want to see how many of you like stories. If you don't like story, you can remain silent. But if you like story, just say yes. Then I'll see how many yeses. Oh, some guys say yes. And we can also imagine going to vacation ourselves, though it's difficult. Imagination, you might never know, even though it's difficult. I have a lot of imagination. I can come up with scenarios that, even though I've never experienced it. Okay. Oh, Nisa loves story. Baljot call love story. Ahmad loves story. All right, Chucho, it's okay, Chucho. I don't like stories either. I don't know. Ahmad, are you liking stories or are you with Chucho James? Yeah, but a short story, okay. All right, so I don't know. Once I say no, Naila say yes. Usually, I'm going to be gender biased right now. Usually girls the one who loves stories. There are boys who like, but majority would be girls. I'm a man with no idea coming up in the exam. Alex, don't worry. You will be okay. Hazik, you like? You like, huh? Hazik likes. All right. Ahmad likes. One side doesn't like. All right. Okay. Just be careful. I'm going to repeat, be careful. Yeah. All right, that's good, Ahmad. If you can imagine all kinds of things, that's interesting. All right, okay. Just be careful. My advice to all of you, when you like stories, be careful in writing stories, because you have to ensure all the requirement in the task is in your story. This one is quite simple because it's just asking you to describe the act of kindness, which is quite easy. You might have a story that tells you that you must find a bottle somewhere, or you must have two characters, or you must have this, you must have that, and you'll be like, oh my god, but the boys like review. Yeah, but it depends on the review, James. It depends on the review. If the review is about sports shoes, you like. If the review is about gadgets, I think boys like. But if it's a review about certain things like clothes, I don't think you like to review about clothes. Boys don't really like that. All right. Anissa say, I love story, but sometimes I'm afraid to go beyond the boundaries and wish I can make a fantasy genre, but sometimes yes, exactly. That's what I'm talking about, Nisa. You have to be careful. I once liked it, but after I tried it, the results, yes, Nora, that's what I'm talking about. It is not easy. If you just have the title, an act of kindness, without the boundaries or the limits of how far you can go, like here you have the task that you have to fulfill. If you don't have that, it's so interesting to write stories. But when you have this task that you have to fulfill, the requirement, it is difficult. Review more to experience than you had in the past. Story also looks easy, but it's hard to write. You can make a mistake and go up. Yes, exactly. That's what happened in most of the stories when candidates write for SPM. You think you're writing a story, but at the end, you're just writing a description, which is not a story. And that's where you lose your marks. Okay. Now, let's see. All right. So you will underline the keywords. I didn't underline the keywords. You notice or not? I'm so smart. I didn't underline any keywords. All right. So the T is the story. The text type is a story. And the audience would be the school community, because you're writing for a school magazine. Now, when you're writing for a school magazine, the school community would be the students, the teachers, the administrators, the parents, the canteen workers, the school cleaners. All right. So it can be anyone, as long as they are in the school community. PPD officers, if they come, they are part of the school community. All right. All right, so you have P. The purpose of writing a story is to narrate or tell a story of kindness. That's your purpose. You now want to tell the story of kindness. Okay? Then the information, I have missed out one information. If I did this in my exam, I missed out one information. Oh God. All right. You must not forget the story must have the title. This is also I. Information. This title must be there for the story. Without the title, an act of kindness, you won't get 5 marks. That is why it's important to underline keywords. That's what happened. I didn't underline the keywords, as you notice, like what I did to now. When I didn't underline the keywords, it was not in my focus. So when it's not in my focus, what happens when I did the tapirla, I didn't realize that I have to have the title. So this is a lesson learned. Underline keywords so that you must have the title. This must be underlined. This must be underlined. This one all you will underline. And this would be your I. So your I got 4. C1, C2, C3, C4. Clear? Okay. So this is a very good example what happens when you are overconfident or need to underline. I think I know everything, and therefore this is what I'm doing. Underline. Okay. And then because it is a school community, wrong. It is not informal, it is semi-formal. I don't know what's wrong with me. Everything I write informal when it's supposed to be semi-formal. Okay, nampak? example of people who are already tired. Okay, so make sure it is semi-formal. All right, so this is also semi-formal. Okay, right, semi-formal. Anything else? No. All right. Okay, let's go. Okay, right. Okay, so you have that. It is semi-formal. Good point, James. Yes. As teachers, you will always learn. You also learn. Oh, one say, if you want to know the difference between semi-formal and informal, you have to look at the first video that was done at 3. But I can tell you the difference between semi-formal and informal is that you try not to use contractions, and the way you write, it's not friendly. It's not friendly toned. It's a different tone. All right. Actually, it's informal, right? Why am I correcting it? When you write story, how can it be semi-formal? It's informal, right? Because you're going to have contractions. What's wrong with my head today? You are going to have dialogues, right? One way to make your story, okay, looks like a story is by having dialogues. If you look at the download textbook, I don't know which chapter, it has dialogues. So informal would be you are able to, yes, like talk between close friends, just like when you're writing a story, when you narrate, it's always informal, right? You are not using formal or semi-formal. You have dialogues, you have questions, you have quotation marks and all that, all right? So it's informal, so I was correct, informal. Okay, all right, so I'm sorry, my mind is all messed up. I'm sorry, my fault. I apologize for that. So I hope you're all now back on track. It is informal. James, yeah, sorry, James. I apologize, James. I'm human. I make mistakes sometimes. All right. Okay. So you have that, right? So you underline, which I didn't do, to show you what happens when you don't underline. And then, you know, some mistakes that I've done, I've already corrected it. So make sure that you have all this information you have done, and then you have to write your article, not write your article, write your story and check if you have done it. So you have to write your story. Ni pembetulan je lah kerja. Correction ni. So write your story. Okay, and check if you have answered it correctly. Okay? Right. So you do that. Okay? Okay, so now you have done that. Can you give me an idea on how you would start your story? Those who like stories, please, yes, please share with me. Don't write out the story. Just give me idea what you would write as an introduction for your story. What would you write in the story? How would you start off the story? An act of kindness. Okay, I like say, does making correction lower your marks? Usually edit a lot of works or even, you mean when you do correction on the spot by cancelling answers or correct? Is that your question, Alex? Whether when you correct, meaning you cancel off your answer, and then I have seen some people write like, please look at the next page for this paragraph, and then you go to look at another page to look at a paragraph, then come back and so on. Is that what you're trying to say? You do a lot of mess. All right, Alex. Making correction doesn't lower your marks because we will, I think examiners, even teachers like us in school, when you do all that, all right, we will definitely get irritated, but we will still read it as it is. And by right, I'm talking about by right. By right, it shouldn't affect your marks because we are trying to make sense of what you are saying and not how you are have you corrected. Okay, so don't worry too much about it. If I were you, all right, you can sometimes just cancel off that paragraph and then rewrite in the other page, and then please write somewhere that this is what paragraph, and then the examiners will do what is necessary. Okay, Alex? Don't worry your pretty head with this, okay? Because we know it's exam situation. All right, so Aizat says we'll start with an event of charity. Okay, Ariba says introduction, use an anecdote. Yeah, you will do that. Okay. Norel says expressing the situation like in a sunny day. Right. Teacher will points for exceeding the word limit 250. Cutie, cutie, cutie. Cutie, I know you didn't come at 3 o'clock. Please, those who didn't come at 3, please go and look back at the 3 o'clock one. And I'm going to repeat now. There is no deduction of marks if you exceed 250. However, if you write more than 250, you just say you write 500. Just say you write 500. It means that you are giving more information than necessary. When you give more information than necessary, your marks will not be good too, because your communicative achievement means you fail. It's okay, cutie. You can still watch the replay. I'm not upset. I'm not angry. I'm just saying that you didn't come. It's okay. You can watch later. It will affect your communicative achievement. And the more you write, the more errors you make. The more errors you make, will affect your language marks, might affect your organization marks. But definitely CA will be affected because you are writing more than necessary. All right? Yes, thank you. Thank you, Cikgu Hazmi. Overlength means more errors, mistake, and if yes. So be careful. Try to keep to the word limit. All right? Because the questions that they ask you you'll be able to answer all the tasks in 250 words. But if you say you go exceeding 30 words, it doesn't matter. All right, because I don't think 30 words would affect that badly, because we also look at how you're writing and whether the information you give is relevant. So don't sit down and count words, please. You're wasting your time. We read and we know. When teachers read, even in school, I'm sure I'm also a teacher in school. When I read, I know whether you are giving too much information or you're giving too little information, right? Okay. We don't sit down. I don't think any teachers here have sat down and count the number of words. We are experienced teacher. We read and we already know whether you are overwriting or you are writing less. Not enough also affects your marks. Writing too much also affects your marks. Okay. All right. So we're coming back to what you're going to write. So some people have given their suggestion on like a sunny day. Okay. Let's see what I've come up with. All right. So you have paragraph 1. You need to provide a setting. When you want to write a story, you need to provide a setting. Maybe you one sunny. If you want to say like one sunny day, fine. One sunny day. What place were you at? Sunny must be in the afternoon, right? The time. Maybe you have a few characters there, including yourself, because the act of kindness is about talking about you. All right. And then the background of the story a little bit, the beginning of a problem or conflict. Don't forget, a story always have a plot. And the plot have, the rising action, all right, and then the conflict and then the resolution. It always has something like that. You need to know the structure of a story. So always provide some background, some place, the timing, the setting, so that everyone knows what is it about before you go into the act of kindness that we will be reading. Okay. And then paragraph 2, your first point, you will write in what ways the problem or conflict affected the main character. Okay, the reaction of the different characters. Maybe you were with a group of friends at that time in one sunny day near the beach, and then there was things going on, but at the same time you had a horrible headache, for example. Okay, and then that's the beginning of a problem. You have headache, and then you had double vision, and you were beginning not to enjoy the beach, and that was your first paragraph maybe. And second paragraph, you were asking help from your friend, and then your friends, if you have different characters, maybe they will say that, oh, just sleep it off, maybe you have a dialogue, someone says, just sleep it off, you'll be fine. And then you have another friend saying something, and maybe this is the time you want to introduce a new character if necessary. If not, it's okay. Maybe a friend you have never been close to, suddenly show concern towards you and were helping you. All right. And then paragraph 3, describe the kindness shown by that one character to the main character, which is you, in a form of a story. So have dialogues of people talking, they said something, or they do something, whatever, to make the story alive. Many students like to write stories without dialogues, and eventually it becomes just a descriptive essay. Some people are very good at writing stories without dialogues. There are, but very few that I've seen. Okay. And then paragraph 4, you write about the lesson learned from the kindness shown, the feelings felt by the main character, which is you, and the reaction to it. All this while I thought Ali was such a snob. He was always with the most popular group, and then today when he helped me, the kindness he have shown made me realize that we shouldn't judge a book by its cover. And when he helped me, he did this or whatever. Okay, and therefore now I realized that I should get to know people, and that kindness really changed my perspective about how I should view a lot of people in my life. Example, I'm just giving, okay? And then paragraph 5, the conclusion, you end the story about the comment about the future, like since that day, Ali and I became fast friends, and even though we don't join the same group, since he is always with the popular group, I prefer to be with my low profile group. I found that when we are able to meet up, we really enjoy each other's company and blah 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 whatever. And I learned that I'm going to pay forward my kindness to other people that may need it. I don't know what story that, but they just pop up in my head, whatever comes up. So I'm just giving you an idea for you. Yeah, correct. A prediction of, you just write a conclusion what happens, because a story is in the past. You're talking about what happened in the past, what you have learned, and then you are talking about what happened now, your relationship with your friend. Okay? Right? So that is a suggested plan. If you like stories, if you don't like, fine, you can find another one to read. Okay. So any questions? I hope the session 4 session I had today with all of you, some of you joined all 4, some of you joined maybe the last 2, some of you joined the first 2, whatever. All right. I hope that I have helped you write more prepared in your writing one. I hope that I didn't confuse you more. I hope that with all that I have shared with you, it would bring benefit to you, not only your teachers. I know there are teachers joining, but also to students. I hope it will help all of you in whatever way. All right. And I apologize for all the small errors that has happened here and there, because I've been preparing, I'm sorry to say, so many slides because of the 4 days. So I might have overlooked something, and that is my fault, and I apologize for it. Okay, it's okay for those of you who only join one. The replay is there. You can go and watch. And like I say, you can write comments under the video. I will reply to you. If you need to contact me, I will let you find ways to contact me. I know some of you want to talk to me personally. I will give you ways that you can contact me. Okay. Right. Yes, correct. Cikgu Hazmi, I have said that also. You choose one question that you're confident enough to answer correct. Because sometimes you love review, but you find that you are going to review about something that you don't like and you don't have enough information. So what you do is then um, you choose the one that you can answer the most and you can answer the best. Please do that. All right. And I agree with Encik Hazmi that you choose the one that you're confident enough. Do not choose the genre. Oh, I love review, so I must only do review. And then suddenly you realize you have nothing much to write. You might be surprised that the article that you don't like would have a topic that you have more confidence in writing. Okay. All right. No, there's somebody asked me a question. Um, about story, can we narrate other character as main character beside us? Look at the question. What is the question? The question says, oops. The question says, the bird flies back. Okay, right. It didn't say about you, right? Yes. So Nessa, when it didn't say an act of kindness, you must describe the act. So you can have other character if it's not you. It didn't say that it must be happening to you or yes happened to you. So it can be anybody else you want to name as the character. So you can name your main character one name, and it's fine. Okay, all right. Uh, so Ahmad, you can have time to watch the others, the one that you want. Okay, thank you, teacher. You're welcome, everyone. So tomorrow I will be doing speaking. So please do come. If you can't, it's okay. You can watch the replay. All right. What's that? Yeah, but please don't write dialogues like Ali two dots blah blah. Not that kind of dialogues, huh? Not Ali says this and then Abu says this, Ahmad says this. No, please don't do that. Right in paragraphs form with the correct quotation. Please make sure when you open quotation, write comma, close quotation, and then say Ali. If it's a question, you need to know. You need to know how to write even dialogues. The punctuations must be correct. Okay. All right. Teacher, can you explain about report? Oh, okay. One side wants to talk about report. Report, if you look at your download textbook, so in full blast also you have, I think, report at the end. All right. You just have to follow the format of your textbook and you are safe. Because report, you have to have a topic, the main topic, the main title, and then you have actually subtopics. Please do that. All right, please do that. Follow the one in the textbook, especially in download textbook. You have that. You do that, and then but your language must be informal. Language must be informal for that because most of the time when you write a report is for someone who's having a higher status than you. So it is all formal, no contractions, no question, no exclamation mark. All right, so go and study the report in the download textbook that you have. I think it's at 90 over page 92, 93. I can't remember. It's in at that page. Please look at it and follow that format, how it's being done. Okay. Format actually is easy. Report is actually easy, even though you find it difficult. It's just that you don't like to write formal, so you find it difficult. I find a report very easy because it's very structured. Okay. All right. Any more questions? I hope I didn't miss out anyone. All right, you're all welcome. like I say, we will exit today. So please feel free to drop comments at the comment box. I will, if it's a question, I will address it as soon as possible. Yeah, yeah, correct. Actually, it's very easy to write a report. Okay, but everyone is so scared to write a report. All right. Okay, that's all from me. Okay, I wish you all the best of luck for your writing, and may whatever information you get today help you ace your writing. All right, and thank you so much, all of you, for all your patience, your commitment, your participation. I really appreciate it. Okay. All right. That's all. I see you all tomorrow. Please come at 3 o'clock for speaking. Bye, everyone, and good night.